A myth is a curious thing. It is a story, an idea, a belief that many people accept as true, even when it is not. Some of these tales are ancient, woven into the fabric of culture and passed down through generations like precious heirlooms. Others are startlingly new, born in the echo chambers of the internet and spreading like wildfire through our digital world. Myths can be small and seemingly harmless, little more than amusing anecdotes or old wives' tales. However, some are vast and profoundly dangerous, capable of shaping destinies and altering the course of history. This essay will explore the fascinating and often troubling world of myths. We will look into why they begin, why our minds are so eager to embrace them, and the very real harm they can cause to our health, our societies, and our understanding of the past. Finally, we will equip ourselves with simple, powerful tools to distinguish fact from fiction. It can offer a simple explanation for a complex world, providing a sense of order and understanding where there might otherwise be confusion and fear. A myth can bind a community together, creating a shared identity and a common narrative. It can offer comfort in times of uncertainty, or provide a scapegoat in times of hardship. These stories feel true because they tap into our hopes, our anxieties, and our fundamental need to make sense of our existence. They are often more compelling than the cold, hard, and sometimes complicated reality. This emotional connection gives myths extraordinary staying power, allowing them to survive and even thrive in the face of contrary evidence. Consider how a simple story can travel. It begins with one person, perhaps as a misunderstanding or a deliberate fabrication. It is shared with another and another, subtly changing with each telling. Details are added, uncertainty smoothed over, and the story becomes more polished, more memorable. Myths do not spring from nowhere. They are born from very specific and very human circumstances. One potent ingredient is fear. We are naturally afraid of what we do not understand. An unexplained illness, a sudden economic downturn, a natural disaster, all create a vacuum quickly filled with speculation. Fear of new technology can blossom into frightening stories of hidden dangers, spreading among those who share the same unease. Another cause is lack of information. Before modern science, people explained lightning, earthquakes, and the seasons with stories of gods, spirits, and mythical creatures. These myths gave a sense of control. Today, when concepts aren't explained clearly, people fall back on simpler, intuitive, but incorrect explanations. Humans are wired for narrative, clear beginnings, middles, and ends, with heroes, villains, and emotional weight. A false claim wrapped in a compelling story travels faster than a dry list of facts, especially when it provokes outrage or surprise. Memory is reconstructive, tiny errors accumulate and drift into widely believed myths. Once a myth takes hold, why is it so hard to let go, even with solid evidence? Myths offer simple, satisfying answers to complex questions. It feels better to accept a simple lie than grapple with a messy truth. We are social creatures. Tribalism rewards agreeing with our group. Questioning can risk isolation and ridicule. Confirmation bias leads us to seek information that confirms beliefs and dismiss what challenges them. Myths feel intuitively right when they align with our hopes, fears, or distrust. Validation can override critical thinking. We trust information from people we trust. That trust can transfer to the claim, even when those people are misinformed. Social proof, when many repeat a claim, creates an echo chamber that reinforces the myth. This is not about cynicism, it is about clarity and a more accurate understanding of our world. While myths may seem harmless, their consequences can be devastatingly real in health, politics, and history. In public health, a false belief in a miracle cure can lead to rejecting proven treatments like chemotherapy or surgery, wasting precious time. Myths about safe additives or foods can drive poor choices with long-term harm. In politics, false narratives erode trust, incite conflict, demonize opponents or groups, sway elections, and produce harmful laws. Misinformation breeds cynicism. When people cannot trust anything, solving real problems becomes nearly impossible. Myths distort history, glorifying, erasing, or unfairly blaming, blocking reconciliation and justifying present injustices. The harm is measurable: lives lost, opportunities squandered, societies divided. Intangible ideas have tangible, destructive power. Understanding belief to consequence is step one toward truth. Deadly myth. Number 1. The false link between vaccines and autism. A small 1998 study by Andrew Wakefield suggested a link between MMR, autism, and bowel disease in a handful of children. The media amplified it worldwide, but investigations revealed data manipulation and undisclosed conflicts of interest. The study was retracted, and the author lost his medical license. Millions of children in rigorous studies, no link. Independent scientists and public health organizations are in universal agreement. Despite debunking, the myth persists. tapping parental fears and distrust of pharma and government. Parents delay or refuse vaccines, leaving children vulnerable. Outbreaks resurged, leading to hospitalizations, deafness, brain damage, and deaths, primarily among the unvaccinated. Deadly myth number 2, the pernicious idea of racial superiority. The claim that intelligence, morality, or ability are biologically determined by race is baseless and unscientific. Genetics shows race is a social construct. This myth rationalized colonialism and the transatlantic slave trade. Pseudoscience presented as fact to enable exploitation. It culminated in the Holocaust, state myth used to justify systematic persecution and murder. Elsewhere it fueled apartheid, segregation, genocide, and ethnic cleansing, war, land theft, and denial of rights. Though discredited, it persists, fueling prejudice, discrimination, and systemic inequalities. The fight against racism is a fight against this deadly myth and for equal dignity and rights for all. Section 7. Your Toolkit for Truth. How to spot lies and find facts. In a saturated world, pause and think critically, especially when a claim triggers strong emotion. Ask, how do I know this is true? Check the source. Credible outlets and institutions are transparent about identity and methods. Do not rely on one source. Look for corroboration from multiple, reliable, independent sources. Prefer evidence, data, studies, named experts, over vagueness and repetition. Beware manipulation. Clickbait, context gaps, stale news, and absolute words like always, never, or every. Use dedicated fact-checkers, Snopes, PolitiFact, Associated Press fact-check. Approach myths with kindness. Ask where it came from, look together, and share credible checks. At our channel, The True Spot, we bust myths, research deeply, and present facts clearly.